My entitled family wants to take my house and give it to my brother, even though they kicked me out. So I'm in a pretty messed up situation right now, and I need to vent and get some advice. I, 29 million, bought a house a few years ago with my own savings. It wasn't much, just a small place, but it was mine. It felt like a huge accomplishment because, let's be honest, owning property in this economy is no small feat. My family was always super proud of me for getting it, and I was kind of the golden child until things went south. I have an older brother, Matt, 33, who's always been the favored one. He's charming, sociable, good at getting what he wants, but also pretty lazy and entitled. He never really had to work for anything in life because our parents always gave him everything. Bailouts when he messed up, extra attention, financial support, etc. He's never had any real responsibilities. Meanwhile, I worked my ass off for everything I have. Fast forward a couple of years, I get into a bit of a rough patch with my job. I'm not broke by any means, but I needed to cut back on some expenses to make sure I stayed afloat. So I decided to rent out the spare bedroom in my house for a while, just until I got back on my feet. This is where things get weird. I tell my family about my situation, thinking they'd be understanding. Instead, they immediately suggest that I move back in with them while I get my finances sorted. I wasn't thrilled about the idea, but I figured it might be temporary, so I agreed. I moved back in with them for about 3 months while still paying the mortgage on my place. Here's the kicker. After a month, my parents just started acting weird. They were passive-aggressive about my house, making comments like, well, Matt could really use a place of his own, or, Matt's still struggling to save up for a house. The worst part? They started pressuring me to sell my house. And guess who they want to buy it? Yep, Matthew. I was confused. Why would I sell my house to him? He hasn't put in a single effort to save for his own place, and honestly, he has no real desire to own a house. He just wants to live rent-free, like he always does. But they kept pushing. Oh, you've already done so well with your life. It'd be nice if Matt had a place to live, they'd say. The final straw came when they outright told me that they expected me to sell the house to Matt at a discounted price. Apparently, they didn't think it was fair for him to keep struggling when you've already done so much. I was absolutely floored. I pointed out that my house was my achievement, my hard work, and it was my future, but they didn't care. They just acted like I was being selfish. Now here's the part that really broke me. My parents told me that if I didn't agree to sell it, they would cut me off and stop helping me out. Cut me off. They already kicked me out of the house I bought with my own money, and now they're trying to guilt trip me into giving it away to Matt? I ended up leaving their house and going back to my place. I'm not selling my house to Matt, and I've made it clear that I'm not going to just hand it over to him because of some family obligation. But I'm still reeling from how they've treated me. I've never felt so betrayed. They've been giving me the silent treatment since, and I'm just so done. I know I'm not obligated to sell my house, but I feel like I'm losing my family over this. They want me to prioritize Matt's comfort over my own hard-earned achievements. It feels like a slap in the face every time they bring it up. TLDR. My parents kicked me out of my own house, which I bought and paid for myself. Now they want me to sell it to my lazy, entitled brother at a discount because he can't be bothered to work for his own place. I'm done with them, but they're treating me like I'm the problem. How do you think I should handle this? Have any of you dealt with something like this before?